Good morning, boys and girls. I'm back. Just wanted to give it a little update here. I've got some problems in the garden. Not necessarily ones that are terrible, but some that aren't ideal and others that are just downright frustrating. But before I get into that, let's give you a peek at our chickens. This chicken here pretty much stays always in the nest box. Rarely do I see it get out and about. I don't know if it's broody or it's just tired of getting pecked on by these guys, but yeah. But looks like a bunch of their feathers are starting to come back. That one's still kind of ugly. That one's got a lot of its feathers back. That one does too, and I guess these two, this one and this one, are on the bottom, but they're slightly getting some feathers back. You can kind of see it in there, starting to pin out. Not terrible. And of course back there we've got the youngest ones, and they are big. Most of those are bigger than these, and they're hanging out in there just fine. All 7 of them playing nice, you know, no big deal. Electric fence is still doing fantastic. I still see no signs of digging of any predators of any sort. So either they're getting zapped before they have a chance to start digging, or they've learned that they just need to stay the hell away. Let's dig into the garden. Dig into the garden. First and foremost, what you're looking at is kale. Oh, what used to be kale. I have a boatload of these caterpillars all over. And you know, honestly, I could get mad and start spraying left, right, center and everything, but I just have to remember that if it's not getting eaten in your garden, it's not part of the ecosystem. So, I don't eat a lot of kale anyway, so my heart's not broken. These tomatoes are so top heavy that they're falling over, even being staked up and a tomato cage on them. This branch fell out and I don't want to lose those, so I'm just gonna leave them. This one's gargantuan. I've cut these back twice, and just look at the sheer size of this thing, man. I have stopped watering since like May, and still these are just taking off. It really goes to show how well things grow in compost. The wood chips help a lot. The wood chips help a lot too, because whenever it's wet, it absorbs the water. If it gets too wet, it sheds the water. Lesson being here, use wood chips to mulch. You won't regret it. Here's another massive tomato plant that just won't stay up. It is bent. The metal here, it is so dang heavy. There are so many. Oh, there's a little caterpillar burying into that sucker. I'll get him out of there. Anyways, there's so many tomatoes on this, and it is so heavy, even though I've cut off so much, that this tomato cage is not doing anything. Yeah, you're no good. I don't like you. You're going to the chickens. They have kind of started to figure out that whenever I poke something through here, there's something worthwhile. Yeah, eat it. Eat it up. Eat it up. Good girl. That's it? Come on. You got more in you. Come on, girl. Get some. That's my finger. All right, there you go. I love doing that. And in fact, what I have been doing that with the kale. Every so often I'll cut the entire stalk off and very gently take it over to where the chickens are and just throw the whole thing in. And within minutes, they're just, you know, velociraptors killing all the bugs on them. So whatever. Anyways, back to what I was talking about. This is one of my tomato plants. Here's another that is just completely toppled over. In fact, I see see some hornworm poop there. I don't like that. Where you at, sucker? You're gonna be eaten next. I'll find you. And another massive tomato plant that is toppled over. Ooh, there's a nice little spider. You can stay. Also learned a very valuable lesson. My peppers are doing the same thing that the tomatoes are. So next year I should definitely stake them up, maybe put a cage around them, give them some support, but otherwise they'll end up looking like this. The stem is right there and going right alongside the ground. It's just so top heavy. I mean, like, we got these suckers, we got those suckers, and I've been picking so many off of these things. Check these guys out. Oh man, there's so many. And Amanda keeps telling me, she's like, you gotta not pick them all. They gotta turn red. I'm like, I'm obviously not picking all of them. In fact, this one over here, I haven't touched in forever in the hopes that maybe some of them will turn red. I don't think that they're gonna turn red. Now, as you can see here, I can't even fit all this in one frame. This is, I think, 3 cucumber plants, and this trellis is just working so great. I mean, yeah, we can see a little bit of bug damage here, a little bit of bug damage there, which no big deal. I'm getting buku cucumbers. In fact, I didn't look at the, actually I did pick some off yesterday. Look, this is the backside. I can't even fit it in the full frame. That's a good 6.5, maybe 7 feet up there. That little guy is a cucumber beetle. Maybe you can see him. That's a cucumber beetle, which these guys are probably the ones that are eating these things up, but they also serve a purpose. They pollinate too, which, yeah, it's no big deal. Oh, here we go. Check this out. Look at that sucker. He's ready. I'll get him before I leave. My acorn squash is starting to die off, and I think that means that these are ready to pick. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. And I've already picked 2 off. There's another little guy. I don't know if that's gonna make it or not. So, my big problems are caused by some really good success. These tomato plants, they're freaking monsters. So what I have to go do now is pull out some extra T-posts and stake these bad boys up. I've got some string over there, and I'm just gonna tie them up and hope for the best. All right, we've got one done. That looks really nice. Nice and upright, being supported. Good. Maybe this will give you some perspective of just how massive these things are. Big. So while I was tying these up, I found this little guy. You're not supposed to be there. In fact, you kind of look like chicken feed to me. When I was little, I lived in eastern Kentucky, and I'm sure they have these types of things elsewhere, but where I was at, we had these caterpillars. They were white and fuzzy, and they're dangerous. They stung you, it hurt like hell, and that led me to not want to ever touch caterpillars, just because, you know, I got stung by one of those, or I don't even know what it does, and I just don't like caterpillars, so I always pick these guys up with sticks. Just fun fact, I'm afraid of caterpillars. Try and use these as like chopsticks. I got him. Oh, I lost him. I got him. Here she comes. Get it? Yeah, girl. Oh, look, they're fighting. Well, that was exciting, kind of. Not really. Yeah. Look at that bad boy. That's a pretty good sized spider. You can stay. Stuff like this is why you don't just indiscriminately spray your plants with pesticides and insecticides and everything like that. This little guy, he ain't hurt nothing. It's all part of the circle of life and natural ecosystem. Well, it's not pretty, but she'll do. I say that a lot on this channel. There they are, staked up. Good. Good.